Mm-hmm.
But look, to our point, and quickly, briefly moving off the actual game, going into this game, we talked about players stepping up and needing to. Coleman has been one of the guys that we have looked at this year and been like, just so surprised on how well he's been able to do for us as the fourth round pick,
third round,
getting in the third round pick, getting him and how he's been able to play. Well, now Sam Cosmi, unfortunately tore the ACL, and is out. Will be out for the remainder of the season, but definitely won't be in this game. What I've heard is Trent Scott is up to be the replacement. I mean, we talked about any given Sunday, any person that give a shot. On a rating scale, if I'm looking at like who do I want to plug in, obviously Trent Scott. I'm not super confident, especially when you look at the likes of Big Baby Davis and Jalen Carter and those guys on that D line. But in the spirit of what we were talking about, this is a big blow for Washington. But in that next man up, Trent Scott has played some time this year. He's gotten in there. And when you have Biadasz putting these guys there in the right spot, the coaching staff is going to protect him as much as they can. What are your thoughts about this? How big of a blow is this for us, the team overall and on the field?
I mean, I think it's quite the blow because Sam Cosmi was our best offensive lineman. Not only that, he helped out Biadasz, and we've all talked about how Ab calls him badass. It's great nickname. And how much of an impact Biadasz has had. Well, Sam's the one who turns and would make eye contact with Jaden. He'd tap Biadasz, and then he'd note it to snap it. So you lost a guy who was that comfort for the rookie, the comfort from the center, and he was our most talented.
Shout out to Ab. He's in the comments. He said he heard Wiley moves to guard and then Lucas to tackle. So did that give you more confidence? Yeah.
It would. So yeah, this was kind of what I was going to talk about. So Dan Quinn said today that we're going to put our 5 best. That losing Sam Cosmi is going to be is going to be a big blow, and we will put our 5 best out there. Markel is right in what he says. Where Trent Scott actually played pretty well on Saturday in that role. But we've also know that that Andrew Wiley has been a little bit versatile in times in his career. Brandon Coleman played guard and tackle when he was at, I think it was TCU is where he played. So I was really curious to kind of hear or to kind of wonder what were they going to do with that offensive line? Because you got to remember, whether you're putting in a Wiley or if you're putting in a Trent Scott, the strength of the Eagles is right up front in the middle. Jalen Carter is their best defensive player. And you wanted to make sure you didn't – if you put in a Michael Dieter, who's come in before, you're losing weight and you're losing power. And against someone like Philly, you can't do that against Jalen Carter. So I think it'd be interesting whether – I was curious to see when Dan Quinn says we're going to play their 5 best, what that meant. I thought that probably meant Cornelius Lucas in some capacity. Yeah. And I started thinking, well, does Coleman slide in? But it sounds like from what Ab's reading it, that Wiley will move to guard and put Lucas in a right tackle where he's comfortable. But if that's not working, one thing to remember, and kind of to Markel's point, Trent Scott has been practicing at all 4 offensive line positions, not center, throughout the whole season. And nobody knew that. But so they were able to put him in, and it wasn't like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? He's like, okay, well, I've practiced this. Normally he's a tackle, but he has practiced it. And so I think that certainly helped against Detroit.
So are you saying, Will, that he has position flex?
Oh gosh, he does. He does.
Yeah. Oh man, and at the very least, if you do put Lucas and move Wiley in, put Lucas out there, we've seen teams throughout the season put a lineman in the backfield, and how many times has Alex and Anton and some of those guys talked about we need a fullback? Maybe that would help B-Rob. You bring him in on short yardage, Trent Scott, and put him back there to assist. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat, if you will. I think with the way that the coaching staff is, they will game plan for this. They're not going to leave Wiley on an island or Lucas. I know they're going to put some people back there. So I'm eager to see kind of what they do